The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, 2 people were taken to the hospital after a dog attack in White Swan. Police say the dog is still on the loose, and the Yakima Nation Tribal Police are investigating. We'll fill you in. Plus, leaders in the city of Yakima are thinking about annexing part of Terrace Heights. They're expecting to hold 2 meetings on the topic, which the public isn't too keen on. We'll bring you to the first meeting. And it's back to school season, and that means autumn sports seasons are about to get started as well. It's just in time, though. The new athletic director at East Valley School District has been announced, and he's an alum. We'll have that story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Thursday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, in the world of weather, things seem pretty cut and pasty as opposed to yesterday, or similar to yesterday, I should say.
Sure.
And I'm hoping it'll kind of stay that way because it hasn't been too much turbulence in the air. But
well, I will say that there is going to be a slight chance of showers today, but much better chances of rainfall do arrive tomorrow, and we'll touch on that more as we go throughout the newscast. But this morning, really nothing of too concerning note. It is a very similar kind of weather pattern. Clouds are a bit thicker this morning than they have been in mornings prior, but otherwise it is going to be pretty, like Dave said, cut and paste morning before we see a slight chance of showers later today and a much better opportunity for rainfall again coming tomorrow. As we look outside at Yakima, we are looking at fairly calm weather conditions right now. 55 degrees, another pretty comfortable morning, I would say. Certainly more comfortable, in my opinion, than some of those 70s at this time of the morning that we were talking about just a few weeks ago. Now, as we look at our weather headlines today, a few isolated showers, as I've already mentioned, will be possible on this Thursday, primarily through the Yakima and Kittitas valleys. Rain showers do turn likely for absolutely everyone on Friday, and then as we go into Saturday, a few lingering showers are possible, but the bigger headline will be a very sharp cool down. I'll continue to break down your weather forecast coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Yakima County, where Yakima Nation Tribal Police are investigating a dog attack in White Swan. Yakima County Sheriff's deputies say 3 people were injured by a pit bull at around 2:30 yesterday morning on Birch Avenue. 2 of them were taken to Yakima to be treated for their injuries, while the third declined medical assistance. Deputies say the dog is owned by a Yakima Nation tribal member and that it's still on the loose. They add it's always a good idea to be extra cautious around unleashed dogs. And sticking in Yakima this morning, city leaders are considering a proposal to annex part of Terrace Heights into the city of Yakima. KIMA's Mallory Aldrich tells us about the plan and what people think about it.
Yesterday, the City Council held a public hearing during their meeting about the new proposal of annexing Terrace Heights into the city of Yakima. This is the first of 2 meetings about the proposal, with the second meeting being in September, showcasing hard data about taxes and utilities. However, the process of the annexation, if passed, was explained last night.
Tonight is an information session only to get an understanding on the request before you.
City planning staff showcased 4 different options of the proposed annexed area of Terrace Heights, with the largest area including 1,586 people and the smallest including 1,218 people.
So option 1, we're looking at a change in the property to the south here and how that's delineated. In number 2, it's expanded a few parcels on the northern end here. And then if you look down in this area, part of that area is delineated by the continuation of the railroad tracks following the parcel lines of this pond. Number 3, because this was something that we heard, is exactly the same as number 2, except for it's taking into account right next to Sun Country Estates. That is an area where they receive their private water from. And then map number 4, option number 4, is excluding the Sun Country Estates as well as the area where they receive their water from.
During the public comment section of the meeting, many members of the community expressed their concerns about the proposal and their opposition to it.
Yakima can't really take care of their own, but they want to get Terrace Heights involved. I mean, at the end of the day, you guys need to take care of Yakima homelessness, the drug problems first, before you guys want to take sales tax, property tax from everybody else.
Since this meeting was held to present the proposal, the council will take the time to discuss the proposal and whether or not they will move forward with it. And for more information about the proposal and its process, please visit the City Council's website. Reporting from Yakima for Action News, I'm Mallory Aldrich.
KIMA's Mallory Aldrich, thank you. And so far, council members haven't made any decisions on the proposal, but if they plan to move forward with the plan, they'll discuss it again in October. Now, the first day of school is next week, and with that comes protecting our students on those roadways. Around schools, you'll notice school beacon signs that flash when a school zone is in effect. The speed limit in those zones is 20 miles an hour. And there are also many pedestrian crossing signs near schools as well, which drivers need to be on the lookout for.
The 20-mile-an-hour school zone speed limit is data-driven, and there's been a lot of research done. So at 25 miles an hour, research shows that 9 out of 10 pedestrians will survive a crash. At 40 miles an hour, that decreases to 5 out of 10 pedestrians. So that's why we're asking motorists to just reduce your speed within the school zone. We want our kids to get to and from school safely.
Now, Officer Castalia says a school zone infraction or ticket is severe and cannot be mitigated in court. Tickets usually range from $200 to $500. And the East Valley School District has announced their new athletic director. Zachary Janice, who is a former student of East Valley, is returning to the school district. He was a former 3-sport athlete at East Valley and previously was an athletic director and dean of students at Yakima Nation Tribal School. He says he chose to work at East Valley because he brings a deep understanding of their values, community spirit, and traditions.
This has been my dream job. Back when I was in high school, Mr. Colin was someone I looked up to. He was the athletic director here. He made athletics fun for us. He held us accountable. So I've kind of always wanted to fill those shoes, and I've always wanted to be back in East Valley because that's where, that's where I grew up and went to high school.
His advice to anyone who wants to be an athletic director is to have a passion for both sports and what your goals are for the athletes. With schools starting back up soon, One Beauty College is helping kids get ready for the first day. Evergreen Beauty College held their annual Bringing Beauty Back to School yesterday. Kindergartners to high school seniors were there to receive free haircuts, mini facials, and mini manicures. Evergreen Beauty College has hosted this event for more than a decade.
We like to give back to our community, and we know that the kiddos are going back to school. We want to send them very clean, very neat, and this is just an opportunity to give back to the community.
We're told their next event will be their Santa event, which will be hosted in December. That event will also have free services. And the Benton Franklin Fair and Rodeo is in full swing, and there are plenty of great deals to be on the lookout for this week. Yesterday, there was free admission for educators, $2 admission for children ages 6 to 12, and it was also Buddy Day at the carnival, but there's still more to come.
Tomorrow our big adventure is going to be that we have in the afternoon $3 for a bite, and so all the food vendors will have an item. It'll be a smaller size for $3 so you can try a lot more food.
Now that $3 bite deal is going on today, and on top of all of the deals at the fair this week, organizers tell us admission to the fair also gets you into the general admission section for concerts happening all week long. And we are kicking off the football season next week with touchdown trivia. Starting Monday, we're giving away $100 prepaid debit cards every day. All you have to do is watch the QR code watch for the QR code during our newscast, or go to our website next week. Get the question right, and you could score that daily $100 prize and be entered for a chance to win the weekly $5,000 national drawing. Play touchdown trivia. It starts on Monday. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. Jefferson, speaking of touchdowns, I know we're getting into that time of the year again where folks are getting ready to get to the old gridiron.
Right.
What are the temperatures looking like as we head into the, going into what could possibly be with some first weeks of training?
High school football practice just started yesterday in the state of Washington. It is still pretty early on in the season, I should say. We're still looking at those 80s. It's not necessarily the fall time yet, but we are starting to look at those clouds build in overhead, and we are looking at a chance of precipitation, especially as we go into tomorrow. So it's really going to start feeling like football weather around the Pacific Northwest. Today, we are going to stay primarily dry with, again, those temperatures in the 80s. A slight chance of showers will exist for the Yakima and Kittitas valleys, but the threat will not be too great. As we go into tomorrow, however, all of us will see rain showers likely in our viewing area. We will talk about that, and we'll also talk about a sharp cool down all coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. The time now is 5:10. Coming up on Keeper KIMA this morning, some state news. The remains of a World War I veteran have returned home after being listed as missing in action for more than 100 years. In about 2 minutes, we'll introduce you to him and his family. But later in the show, national news. The vice presidential pick for the Democrat ticket officially accepted the nomination at the DNC yesterday, delivering the keynote speech and introducing himself to the American public. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump held his first outdoor rally since being shot at in Pennsylvania. We do need to take a quick break, but stay with us. The morning is just getting started and we have plenty of news and weather ahead.